Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Friday, May 30th. Today marks the release of our English language newspaper, the Phuket News, as well as our Thai language sister paper, Khao Phuket. Grab your copy at locations around the island. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. A viral video showing a group of young men firing guns at Surin Beach has garnered outrage online, prompting Chernthile police to identify and arrest the group. A 21-second video clip showing several young men shooting firearms into the night at Surin Beach was posted on social media this week with the caption, "What happened in Phuket?" with the hashtag #ThisIsPhuket. The description claimed that this same group had previously been involved in a shooting incident at a marijuana shop. In response to the video being posted online, Chernthile police tracked down and arrested 3 of the youths who were seen firing handguns at the beach. Those arrested included a 24-year-old, a 22-year-old, and an 18-year-old, all of whom now face several weapons charges. Chernthile police have emphasized that they are treating the matter seriously, particularly in light of concerns about public safety and the island's international image. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The whereabouts of Swiss expat Fehr, nicknamed Swiss David by the Thai media, it's still unknown following his sentencing last week, and Phuket officials and authorities remain silent on the whole thing. Fehr was sentenced to 1 month in prison for assaulting Dr. Tandao Chandam outside his rented luxury villa in Phuket in February of last year, which he recorded on his phone. The case sparked widespread criticism around the country, and in September, the Phuket Provincial Court acquitted him of assault charges in the matter, only for that verdict to be overturned last week by the Region 8 Court of Appeal. In last week's ruling, the appeal court not only overturned his previous acquittal, but ordered Fehr to serve a 1-month prison sentence without probation. However, Fehr was not present for the sentencing, which was rescheduled from a month before because he failed to show up to that sentencing as well. It is widely believed that Fehr has fled Thailand despite an outstanding warrant for his arrest. This week, the Phuket Provincial Police Deputy Commander, who was the man initially assigned to the case, was asked about Fehr's current whereabouts, and he declined to comment. The chief of the Phuket Immigration Office told the Phuket News that he had no idea where Fehr was, and he declined to comment further. The same was said by another inspector at Phuket Immigration and the Talang police chief, who was initially responsible for Fehr's case, as it happened within their jurisdiction in Cape Yamu. Nipit Intrarasombat, the victim's lawyer, explained to the Phuket News that although he requested the court to restrict Fehr's travel after the appeal was filed, the court did not grant the request. Mr. Nipit pointed out that Fehr fleeing exploited a loophole in the legal process, as Fehr was free to leave Thailand because no travel restriction was imposed while the appeal was pending. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The drama surrounding Thaksin spending his prison sentence in a hospital room is heating up, as the public health minister from his same party is disagreeing with the Medical Council of Thailand's move to punish 3 doctors who signed off on him spending 6 months at a hospital. Former Prime Minister Thaksin fled the country back in 2008 just before the Supreme Court issued their verdict on a malfeasance and abuse of power charges related to a controversial land deal. It's something his sister, another Prime Minister, Yingluck Shinawatra, would also do just 6 years later in fleeing the country, as the court was set to rule on her rice deal case. After 15 years of self-imposed exile, Thaksin returned on August 22, 2023, the same day that a candidate from his Bhuttai party was chosen as Prime Minister. He landed in Bangkok and was whisked away to prison in order to serve the 8-year sentence he had evaded for a decade and a half, which at that point was reduced to just 1 year by His Majesty the King right before he landed. But instead of serving his prison sentence in prison, medical staff and officials at the Department of Corrections decided to allow Thaksin to receive treatment at the Police General Hospital in order to treat alleged serious health issues. And that's where Thaksin remained for 6 months of his 1-year prison sentence, until he was granted parole in February of last year. The whole saga prompted serious concerns from the public and analysts over whether he received preferential treatment. Earlier this month, the Medical Council of Thailand suspended 2 doctors and issued a warning to a 3rd doctor over the whole thing, saying that they violated medical ethics regarding their opinions on Thaksin's health condition. This one act by the MCT led many to conclude that Thaksin had been faking his illness, something he and his daughter, Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra, vehemently deny. On Wednesday, Somsak Tepsutin, the public health minister from his same party and appointed by Thaksin's daughter, issued his official disagreement with the decision in his capacity as the honorary president of the MCT and the health minister. Health Minister Somsak did not reject the MCT's resolution outright, but partially disagreed with it and offered feedback for the MCT for consideration. The Medical Council, the MCT, is scheduled to hold its first meeting after receiving Somsak's reply on June 12th. If the Council wishes to reaffirm its resolution, it must secure a 2/3 majority, that is, 47 out of 70 members. Meanwhile, in a separate development, 2 Senate committees this week decided to conduct a study into the powers of the Department of Corrections and the Prison General Hospital, following the Medical Council of Thailand's findings, which is expected to take 45 days. For more, visit the link in the description. With the government crackdown on illegal foreign businesses using Thai nominees, the Deputy Commerce Minister is pushing for a new law to wipe them out by the end of the year. The Ministry of Commerce and the Ministry of Interior are now jointly investigating around 46,000 companies around Thailand across 6 types of businesses, which they suspect of foreign ownership through local nominees. While provincial governors nationwide have been instructed to go after these businesses where they are registered within their province, the Deputy Commerce Minister, Napinton Sri Sapang, admits that existing laws limit officials in what they can do to punish violators. Work is now taking place to classify nominee-related activities as financial crimes, which would allow authorities to seize assets of violating companies with the help of the Anti-Money Laundering Office. The proposal underwent a public consultation, and a new bill is now being drafted by the Council of State. It's expected to be submitted to the Cabinet within 2 months. Between last September and this January, some 820 nominee businesses, which had caused damage worth over 12.4 billion baht, were prosecuted. The majority were in the tourism and real estate sectors. For more, visit thephuket.com. Age is just a number is not just an old saying, but in the case of Thailand's Sawang Janpram, it's very true. He's 105 years old, and just last week, at the World Masters Games in Taiwan, he won the gold. Sawang was the oldest competitor in the World Masters Games, which began on the 17th and ended today in Taipei, Taiwan, with just under 26,000 athletes competing from 107 countries during the Games. It's one of the biggest competitions, though it takes place every 4 years, similar to the Olympics, and brings together competitors aged 30 and up from all walks of life. Sawang was the only person in his age group, which meant he just needed to finish in order to get the gold. At 105 years old, he competed in 4 events: the 100-plus discus, the javelin, shot put, and the 100-meter run. In the 100-meter, he finished at 38.55 seconds. In the throwing events, wearing knee braces, Sawang threw more than 4 meters on each of his 5 attempts, drawing cheers and claps from the younger athletes. Amazingly, it wasn't until Sawang was 97 years old that he started competing in athletics and has so far amassed 78 medals. And he's not done yet. Sawang plans to get some rest before he starts training to qualify for the 23rd Asia Masters Athletics Championships, set to take place in India this November. For more, visit thephuket.com. We really appreciate you joining us on this Friday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Have a great weekend out there, and we'll see you back here next week in June. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.